Okay. Good afternoon and welcome along to the Dave Bryant Stadium for live 90 minutes coverage of Enfield Town versus Bath City. I'm Michael Lackier. Kick-off is 10 minutes away. Enfield Town sit in 22nd in the league, and today's visitors Bath sit in 17th. Town 2 weeks ago won in the 95th minute, showing incredible character to come back having conceded a late equaliser. 95th minute, Sam Youngs won it at the death. However, last week they travelled to Maidstone and, while holding their own for well over an hour, ended up on the wrong side of a 4-0 reverse. Bath, for their part, changed manager just before Christmas and it worked a treat. They won 3 games in a row. Last time out they lost to Dorking away. Their game last week was cancelled, so difficult to know which Bath will turn up today. But to shed some light upon that and many other things, it's the one and only Enfield Town superfan and radio voice extraordinaire, Paul Manell. Paul, how are you and how are you feeling about today's game?
Yes, good afternoon, Michael, and good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for that wonderful introduction, and welcome everybody to an overcast, greyish, and a little bit chilly Dave Bryant Stadium. Yes, a nice summary there, Michael. I think most towners would agree that there have been some positive signs in recent weeks, particularly that incredible late victory against Chelmsford. Who can forget that 2 weeks ago? What an end to that game that was. But we all came down to earth with a bump last week with a 4-0 reverse at Maidstone. However, having spoken to people who went to the game and listened to the commentary as well, I think that scoreline flattered Maidstone a little bit, to be honest. At 1-0, Enfield came on strong and missed a couple of chances, and then once the second went in, I think the heads went down a little bit, and 2 others followed. Big couple of weeks, or big few weeks should I say, for Enfield. 4 of the next 6 games are against sides in the bottom half, starting today against Bath City. However, as Michael said, Bath's recent form has been good. They've won 3 out of their last 4, so it's a difficult game to call. There is, however, some significant team news from the Enfield side of things, so I'll go back to Michael for that.
Thanks, Paul. Yeah, very neat segue. It's like we've been rehearsing that one for weeks.
Always.
Straight into the team news then. I'll actually start with Bath City. As a courtesy to our visitors, they are unchanged, as they have been for, I think, 3 or 4 matches in a row now. So they will line up with Harvey Wiles-Richards in goal, number 2 Joe Rains, 3 Dan Greenslade, 6 their captain Kieran Parcell, not to be confused of course with Town's own captain, number 9 Scott Wilson, 11 Elliot Freer, 16 Jordan Tilson, 19 Luke Russ, 20 Jordan Alves, 26 Ollie Tomlinson and 31 Brad Ash. And their substitutes are number 5 Jack Batten, 10 Ewan Clark, 14 Alex Fisher, 33 new arrival Mitchell Beardmore and 27 Martin Horsell. And for Town, the big news for Town is a switch in formation with 2 up front. So I'll run through the Town lineup. Number 1 Reece Forster, 20 Mickey Parcell, 5 Xavier Benjamin, 19 Adam Thompson, 16 Henry Hawkins, 12 Billy Leonard, 14 Bailey Brown, 8 Sam Youngs, 10 Jake Hutchinson, 11 Amaru Kaunda and 7 Lennon Peake. And the subs for Town are Joe Payne, Jack Smith, Anointed Chukwu, Dylan Adjahersi and Terrell Whittaker. So as ever, quite an attack-minded bench picked there by Gavin. But it's the lineups. Both sides will go in with 3-5-2 then, or 3-4-1-2 if you like. Town will therefore have Hutchinson and Kaunda in attack with Sam Youngs behind them. So just to run through the rest of the team, it'll be Benjamin, Thompson, Hawkins as the 3 centre-backs. We're expecting Leonard and Peake to be the wing-backs. Parcell to sit in front of the defence with Bailey Brown and Sam Youngs behind Hutchinson and Kaunda. What do you make of that formation then, Paul? 2 up front for Town.
Yes, a real departure really. We don't usually start that way. Gavin McPherson usually prefers to start with 1 up front. You may remember it worked brilliantly towards the end of the game against Chelmsford. Gavin McPherson gambled and went 2 up front, and it worked really well. It changed the game, really did change the game, and that's probably why Towners came on top. So it's a very positive move, I would say. I think hopefully it will get the best out of Counda. Jake Hutchinson is a big forward who likes to hold the ball up, and hopefully that will get Counda into the game. I think Counda's a bit lost when long high balls are played up front. He's not that sort of player. So, yeah, fair play to Gavin McPherson. He's going for it. Sam Youngs, you would have thought, would be an attacking midfield behind them. So, a very positive move, and let's hope it comes off.
Indeed, we shall wait and see how that pans out. It's certainly a bold and aggressive move from the town manager, Gavin McPherson. The conditions here, it's a cold day, fair to say, very chilly, overcast, no chance of rain really. My inner meteorologist tells me it's not really going to rain, it is just going to get colder today. Very overcast though, very grey, and it's hats and scarves weather all round. I don't doubt that when the personnel emerge into the dugout we'll see a lot of the puffy jackets and woolly hats. The players are just about starting to emerge now from the tunnel. Enfield Town, as ever, resplendent in white shirts, blue shorts and blue socks. And, goodness me, Bath City are in quite a striking change kit. It's a light blue top with dark blue sleeves, white shorts and white socks. The match officials today, the referee is Emily Heaslip. The assistant referees are Alfie Ibrahim and Nicholas Garside, and the fourth official is Marcus Tingy. Players just about to emerge. So, Paul, in terms of form going into this game, as we mentioned, Bath changed manager just before Christmas, 23rd of December. Since then, they won 3 games in a row without conceding a goal, 3-0, 3-0 and 1-0. That then was followed up by a 1-0 defeat away to Dorking. Their game last week against Chelmsford was then cancelled postponed, I should say, due to a frozen pitch. So 3 wins, the new manager bounce, followed by a defeat. Which Bath City is going to turn up today? Just to put you on the spot.
Hopefully the one before the new manager came in, to be honest with you, Michael. Yeah, it's hard to call. I was talking to the commentary team from Bath a few minutes ago, and they were saying Bath City's away form has been patchy, to say the least. They've had some decent home form. Looking at the league table as well, they have struggled to score goals. I think they've scored the second least in the whole table. Only bottom club Weymouth have scored less goals than them. So from a Towner point of view, they are the positives. They do struggle to score. On the other hand, they have got Scott Wilson, who is pretty prolific. He's got a fantastic goal scoring record for Bath, so he's probably the man to watch. Watch out for that number 9, Scott Wilson, because he's the man who puts the goals away for Bath City. So it is a hard one to call, because as you say, Bath were on pretty good form. Then they had that reverse at Dorking, and then of course they had that break because of the game last week. Similarly with Towners, fantastic win 2 weeks ago, then back down to earth with a bump, as we said, with a 4-0 reverse at Maidstone. So it'll be interesting to see who starts the game on the front foot, and you would hope with 2 up front the Towners will do that. Michael.
Indeed, Paul. Really, really looking forward to this game, not just because of it's an Enfield Town game, we all want to see how it pans out, but because of that change in formation. Really keen to see how they set up, how they get cracking. In the reverse fixture earlier this season, Town went to Bath and turned them over. They won 1-0. It was a goal from Billy Leonard, created by Dylan Adjihursi. I was just running through the team sheet from that day. I think there's 8 survivors in the Town squad from the team that beat Bath earlier in the season. So we'll wait and see if that has any bearing on today. That was played in front of just shy of 1,500 spectators, that match. I think there's a fair amount fewer than that here today at Dave Bryant. But we shall... They are filing in. It's a cold one as well. You'd excuse them for not turning up today. And we are off and away. Bath have kicked off. Greenslade has lobbed the ball high towards the Town area. Hawkins got the first header away, and Bath have picked it up. Peake applying a bit of pressure there on Rains. Joe Rains, the right wing back for Bath, who is the cousin of their goalkeeper. Rains is the cousin of the goalkeeper Harvey Wiles-Richards. Wiles-Richards, who's now in his second spell at the club. It's a throw to Bath just inside the town half on the right. The aforementioned Rains will take it. They're about 10-15 yards inside the town half. Rains throws it infield to the very distinctive Greenslade, Danny Mills lookalike. He chips it left-footed in towards the area on the right. Brad Ash gives chase, keeps it in, but flag's gone up against him. It's offside. Brad Ash making his second visit to the Dave Bryant Stadium in a couple of months. He was a substitute for Torquay a couple of months ago. Played 15 minutes against Town in November, which was a very happy occasion for him then, as Torquay ran out rampant winners. We'll see if his fortunes change today. Town yet to take the free kick, awarded for that offside. Rhys Forster will do so. Forster 3 clean sheets to his name so far this season. Dressed all in black today. He clears over halfway. Head is from Russ for Bath. Sam Youngs brings it down neatly, gives it out wide left to Peake. Peake tries to shove it forward, comes off Rains though. Youngs commits a foul in trying to win possession back, and it's a free kick to Bath just inside their own half on the right. You can see Gavin already having words with the assistant referee there. Gavin prowling his technical area, already looking deep in thought as Bath exchange passes inside their own half. Rains is being crowded out a bit, gives it back to Tomlinson, the young centre-back. Tomlinson chips it forward. Hawkins beats Ash in the air and then wins the second ball as well, does well. Parcell, the Bath version of Parcell, wins a header. Bailey Brown wins his header. Kaunda tries to knock the ball forward and wins a free kick for a handball, I think, inside the centre circle. Just some gentle sparring from both sides as yet. Now, free kick spun wide, long by Parcell. Looked for his man, but it was not particularly well cleared by Bath, and Peake can pick it up outside the area. Peake and Youngs try to exchange passes, but Russ does well to break forward now for Bath. Brad Ash takes over. Thompson tries to get a foot in. Bath shove the ball forward down the left. Benjamin's there first, so gives it back to Forster. He clears first time, and then Youngs knocks it on first time into the path of Kaunda. Kaunda's trying to race forward, but Greenslade's dispossessed him on the right. Greenslade's clearance is poor, though, straight to Billy Leonard. He looks up, plays it forward to Kaunda. Kaunda's got Youngs and Hutchinson in the centre. He's held up on the right, looking for support, tries to turn his man. There's a lot of wrestling going on there. Surely that's a foul. It's given there, and this is a free kick in a dangerous position. Good battling there by Kaunda. No doubts about the free kick, Paul.
No doubts at all, Michael. Yes, some good tenacious battling play by Kaunda there, showing some good strength, and the Bath City player held him back, and there's no doubt that was a free kick wide on the right, just not quite in line with the 18-yard box. Looks like Lennon Peake's going to take this one with his left foot. Memories of the winner 2 weeks ago against Chelmsford, which I think was a similar situation, a bit more in from the touchline, but it was a lovely free kick that led to Sammy Young's winner. Fingers crossed, Michael.
Interestingly, Parcells just trotted across to have a word with Peake and then trotted back again. No doubt tactical instruction there, rather than just passing comment on the weather. So Peake stands over the ball right on the touchline. In comes the delivery now towards the penalty spot. He comes out. Thompson gets head to it. It's just over the bar. Thompson rose about penalty spot, 8 yards out. The keeper, Harvey Wiles-Richards, came racing out, was absolutely in no man's land. Thompson got there first but got under it, and the ball just looped over the bar.
Yes, another great delivery by Lennon Peake. Good to have him back in the side. He didn't play last week at Maidstone. The keeper was in no man's land, came out to try and punch it, got nowhere near it, and Thompson couldn't control the header over the bar. But yeah, positive stuff from Towners, and they've now got a throw in midway into the Bath City half. So positive stuff from the Towners.
Yeah, first Everton goals come from Town, and a dreadful clearance from Wiles-Richards, who followed up his flap at the free kick with a really poor goal kick straight out of play. He's got the ball back at his feet now, and he's getting the bird from the Town fans behind him. But he's managed a better clearance this time. Benjamin's got his head on it though, up by halfway, and the ball's out of play for a Bath throw, halfway inside their own half on the left, which Greenslade, the commentator's dream, will take. Can spot him a mile off. Danny Greenslade, 29-year-old. Player of the Year last year and over 100 appearances for Bath Greenside. They've rolled the ball from left to right. It's with Luke Russ, the midfielder, dropping deep. Now Ollie Tomlinson on loan from Torquay. Easy headed win there for Thompson. He gives it to Hawkins. There was a yelp of pain from a Bath player who went down off the ball under a challenge from Hawkins, but the referee entirely unimpressed by that. Plays continued and Town have a throw on halfway on the left. The ball's in the gloved hands of Lennon Peake. Peake looking down the line for assistance. He's got Youngs and Coenda showing for him. The ball's gone to Coenda. He's done well again to hold off two players there, and the ball's been recycled through to Parcell. Ricochet comes off him. He's going towards the goal. Hit the crossbar. Goodness me, the ball. It was an attempted clearance by Bath. From about 45 yards. It was charged down by Parcell, looped up over the goalkeeper, hit the top of his crossbar, and bounced very kindly back into play for him. Obviously, there were no Town players anywhere near him because the action had happened 50 yards further forward. But that was very nearly a freak opening goal, courtesy of Mickey Parcell's knee, I think.
What a crazy goal that would have been. Yes, the Bath City player tried to clear it. It ballooned off Mickey Parcell and floated over the goalkeeper and hit the bar. That would have been probably freak goal of the season, I would have thought.
Benjamin trying to over elaborate there in the centre, and the ball's gone out of play. Bath have a throw. Yeah, very nearly an extraordinary start. Town, though, you'd say marginally more on the front foot in these early exchanges?
I think so, yes, largely down to the hold-up play of Coenda, who's done really well. He's shown great strength and brought other Towner players into the game. It's interesting, actually, last week, this is the Maidstone commentary, they were saying Coenda wasn't very good at holding the ball up, but he's certainly doing the business today, and that's been a big positive for Towners. Got an injury, Bath City player is down at the moment.
Yeah, clash of heads. Peake was involved. The referee, I thought, perhaps reacted to the outrage from the dugout right in front of the action, but a free kick has been given. Trying to work out who's down. It's the Bath City fans making a little bit of noise so far. 7 or 8 minutes in. First stoppage of the game. So before kick-off, Paul, we talked about the change in formation, the bold move by Town manager Gavin McPherson to go with two up front, and you'd said the opening exchanges would be really important to see who would start on the front foot. What have you made of those opening exchanges then, and this change of formation for Town?
Yeah, I think Towners have started pretty well. It's interesting, actually. I would have imagined it would have been Hutchinson holding the ball up, laying it off, getting Coenda into the game. But actually, it's Coenda who's been doing some really good hold-up play at the moment, so far, should I say. So, yeah, it's been a good start from Towners. Haven't seen a huge amount from Bath City going forward yet. You're right, Michael. Their supporters are in good voice, and fair play to them. It's a long old journey, and they must have a good 80 odd here this afternoon. I know that they brought a coach with them, so fair play to Bath City. Good support.
Play restarts with Tomlinson lobbing the ball up towards the Town area. Hawkins wins it in the air. We're going to say that a lot, I think, over the course of today and the season. But Rains has done well to win the ball back on the right for Bath. Now he's cutting into the area. Good challenge from Hawkins, but it isn't. Hawkins looked to have won the ball, but the referee has pulled it back, and it's a free kick right outside the penalty area, only a yard or two outside the penalty area, about 15 yards from the goal line. What did you make of that decision, Paul?
Yeah, it was on the edge, on the right-hand side, on the edge of the Enfield Town penalty area, and the Bath City player took on, I think it was Hawkins, who put out a leg, and everyone up here was saying great tackle. The angle the ball went at, it looked like there was some contact with the ball, but the ref has given a free kick, and it's a very, very dangerous situation, I would say, this for Towners. Just
the one man in the wall for Town, as in comes the free kick. It's low driven, just goes beyond everybody and wide. That was a really good free kick. It was low driven into a really dangerous area. Forster came, missed it. It was as much a shot as a cross, any flick from anyone, and that would have been a goal. Really dangerous set piece from both sides now. Very nearly a goal there for Bath, Paul.
Yes, we've seen two good set pieces. There was that one from Lennon Peake, The header by Thompson went over, and that one, I think it was Alves, drove it across the Enfield Town box. Any touch, I think that was 1-0, but thankfully for Town, it just went out of play for a goal kick.
Yeah, it was one of those cracking deliveries that is difficult to defend. So as a defender, you're running towards it, you think any touch and it's going to be an own goal. Town on the attack now. Billy Leonard has beaten one player and he's motoring down the right wing. He's gone 30 yards. His run now. The cross comes into the back post. Cohender's up, gets a head on it, but it's just bounced out of play for a goal kick. He was under pressure from Tomlinson. Good enterprising one though from Leonard from halfway, about 40 yards he ran with it, and then put in a decent cross as well to the back post.
Yeah, nice run that by Leonard, and as you say, decent cross, back stick. Just a pity it was Coenda at the back stick and not Hutchinson with a bit more height, because that would have been more dangerous if it had been Hutchinson.
Goal kick is won by Thompson, and then there's good scrap. Brown does well in just outside the centre circle. Sliding challenge on Youngs goes unpunished, and Bath have possession. Greenslade slamming the ball up towards halfway. Wilson, whose name I haven't mentioned yet, the Bath centre forward, he's bundled out of possession. Ash gets a touch on it, Wilson lobs it forward, but Thompson will be there first, is able to head it back to Forster under some pressure from Ash, and it being a headed back pass, Forster's able to gather it in his hands. 11 minutes gone, Enfield Town 0, Bath City 0. Both sides have had a little sighter of goal. Town almost scoring in bizarre fashion when a long range deflected clearance, charged down clearance from Parcell, lobbed up and onto the crossbar. Parcell's just lobbed another ball forward now. They're looking for Hutchinson. The ball's pushed out of play by Greenslade, and he's won the throw in fact for Bath. Throw to Bath, halfway inside their own half. 0-0. Greenslade will take the throw for Bath, who changed managers just before Christmas. Darren Way came in, won his first 3 games, then lost away to Dorking, and that's the form in which they arrive at the Dave Bryant Stadium. Bath now playing a dangerous game, trying to play out from the back, still in possession inside their own area, but only just. Greenslade now will finally play a long ball forward, looking for Ash, who rises, but he's beaten in the air by Thompson. Parcell gets a flick on Parcell once again in that defensive midfield position today rather than wider right, and Town win a free kick for a foul on Sam Youngs just inside the Town half on the right, and it remains 0-0. Town won the reverse fixture, travelled up to Bath earlier this season and won through a Billy Leonard goal on the hour. As Town look to play the ball forward now towards Peak, Tomlinson cuts it out, but at the expense of a throw. And I think we're going to see a very unnecessary and very pedantic yellow card to Joe Rains. The ball bounced out of play. Rains just unable to stop it and keep it in play. Punched it when it was in the air. Punched it away. And the ref, Emily Heaslip, has pulled out a yellow card on 13 minutes for Joe Rains. And we wonder if that will come back to haunt him. Free kick is charged down, and a throw will go the way of Bath City. Halfway inside their own half on the right. Joe Rains takes, with his name now in the book. Rains gives it to Tomlinson. Tomlinson gives it back to Harvey Wiles Richards, the 22-year-old goalkeeper. 10 clean sheets to his name this season. And his distribution for the second time this afternoon is wayward. It's gone straight out of play for a throw to Town, 10 yards, 15 yards inside the Bath half on the right as Town attack. You mentioned, Paul, that they're not very high scorers, second lowest scorers, I think you said, in the division this season, and there have been 8 away games in which they failed to score as well, Bath, so they've not really looked too threatening in the first quarter hour either. Just the one free kick that was fired in low and troubled Reece Forster, but apart from that, I'm not sure the Town defensive had to break a sweat yet, have they?
No, not so far, Michael. No, they're threatened with that free kick, and that's been about it. On a Town point of view, I noticed that Coenda has been taking a more central role up front than Hutchinson, but they seem to have switched in the last few minutes or so. Hutchinson's now gone into that more central area. So you would have hoped that he would hold the ball up and Kawanda and Sammy Youngs will feed off him. It's almost the front three at times. Sammy Youngs is playing so up front. Also, Bath City seem to like to play out from the back. A few times they've done that, and not too successfully so far. I haven't looked too sure. Dare I say it, they're as bad at it as a certain North London team were on Wednesday night. We will see.
Yeah, thanks for the reminder, Paul. Town take a throw up the right flank, and Parcell, the Bath captain, doesn't mess around. Oh, and it's a feisty challenge from the Town Parcell. Really fought in and then has released Konda as well. Konda's free on the right of the area, trying to beat his man, might get the ricochet, might get the ricochet. 3 ricochets there of Bath players in the area. They made a bit of a production of trying to clear that. It was a great sliding tackle in the first place from Parcell. Then he sprayed it out to Kunda. Kunda tried to take on his man. The ball's gone out. It's throws that's been taken by Town. They're building again on the right, with Billy Leonard being forced backwards all the way to halfway, and Thompson. But that challenge from Parcell was meaty, wasn't it, Paul?
Great challenge, proper old school sliding tackle. How many times these days do you see referees blowing up for things like that, for dangerous play? Fair play to the referee, letting the game go on. It was a great tackle and a great ball by Parcell. Almost ended up in danger for Bath City.
It's a goal kick, meantime, to Bath. 16 minutes gone, still 0-0. Been asked about the attendance on the chat. It's moderate attendance, I think. Decent contingent from Bath, probably same amount behind each number of goals. So, yeah, maybe 600-700 we're guessing up here. The goal kicks come to nothing. I don't think much of Harvey Wiles-Richards' distribution to date. He may prove us wrong later. But so far, I think I'm right in saying most of his goal kicks have gone straight out of play. Town are benefiting from one of those right now. The referee's a strict one. She's forced Lennon Peake to move back another 5 yards to take a throw inside his own half. It seems harmless enough. Peake's now left it to Henry Hawkins. He'll throw up the line for Town. Got a bit of distance on that. Youngs gets the flick on it, but Parcell for Bath heads it forward. Parcell for Town heads it back. Brown unchallenged gets a flick on it, and Brown will now bring it under his spell, trying to turn away from 2-3 players. He's being crowded out, and eventually he's lost out to Brad Ash, but the ball's gone out of play. The flag's gone up. Not sure which way it's gone because it's right in front of the dugout. And Town, Leonard Peake, has just grabbed the ball from the hands of the Bath player and taken a throw and got on with it. Kunda now on the left, trying to get past 2 Bath players. He struggled to do so, and he's conceded a throw. Throw to Bath in their right back position. Rains will take. Joe Rains, 29-year-old, over 200 appearances. Over 200 appearances for Bath in his 7th season with them now. He throws up the line. Hawkins wins in the air. Then it's chipped forward by Russ towards Wilson. And he raises a high boot, which wins Town a free kick. Thompson ducked into a header there. Wilson raised a foot to flick the ball over him. Nothing malicious, but a free kick to Town, which Reece Forster will take. Any players, any individuals caught your eye so far, Paul, on either side?
Henry Hawkins has impressed me again. He's very, very positive going for the ball, and he's won a lot of good headers, and his distribution has been good as well so far. He's been a very, very good acquisition for Towners at the back. Over to Michael.
Indeed, sorry, I wasn't looking at you there, Paul. I was listening intently as ever, but I was just watching the play because Forster's goal kick was cleared up by Rains for Bath. Now Parcell's trying to shove it forward down the left for Town. Hutchinson's chasing it. Tomlinson's there first for Bath. Tomlinson does really well actually with his clearance to Rains. Rains now shoves it further up the line, and Adam Thompson's under pressure. He heads it well, keeps it in play. Hawkins continues the clearance, and the ball eventually goes all the way back to Wiles-Richards in the Bath goal. Town's defence, which was such an Achilles heel at the start of the season, is looking so much more settled now, don't you think, Paul?
I agree with you, Michael. Yes, I know Town has let in 4 goals at Maidstone last week, but that was towards the end of the game when Town were pushing, looking for an equaliser. But besides that, I think much stronger
break off because Cones has fed Brown. Brown's careering over into the Bath half. He feeds it out wide to Leonard. Leonard's cross into the area. Oh, it's cut out at the near post, out for a corner. Really good move that though from Town, involving Kunda, Brown, and then ultimately Billy Leonard with the cross.
That was a wonderful move, wasn't it? Yeah, Brown played the ball out to Leonard, worked it out to Leonard, nice cross, and I noticed I think there were 3 or 4 Towner players gambling, running into the area, but it just fell to the Bath City player who got it out for a corner. But again, positive work from Leonard.
Yeah, and you should say a positive sign that Town had so many players in the area as well. Peake will take the corner left-footed in towards the 6-yard box. It's Tomlinson who gets the head for Bath. It's high towards the edge of the area, headed back into the area. It's bouncing in the area. It's going to come back outside the area again to Billy Leonard, who'll pick it up and dribble towards the left. He needs some support here. He's got two Bath players in attendance. He's done really well to give it back to Parcell. Parcell's first time cross has charged down. Parcell under pressure, chips it forward really well to Leonard. Flag stays down. Leonard, flag's gone up. Thought for a moment Coenda was clean in there, but the flag went up against Billy Leonard. Good pressure. Another good delivery from Peake from the set piece, wouldn't you say?
That's been a mark of Lennon Peake since he joined the club. His delivery, he's got a sweet left foot, and that was another nice ball in. Yeah, very much so. And it was a nice little chip ball by Parcell over the defence, but sadly Coenda was just offside. He did finish it off just in case by putting it in the net, so unofficially his first goal for Towners.
Meantime, the free kick's been taken by Wiles Richards. It's headed back inevitably by Hawkins for Town. Parcell can't quite get it under his spell, but the flag's gone up against Bath, and it's a free kick for Town inside their own half. So, Paul, both sides are adopting a 3-4-1-2 formation with an attacking midfielder supporting 2 up front. It's meant for Town, certainly, that there have been a lot of bodies in attack when they've got forward. Do you think Town are having the better of this match-up in formations?
Yeah, I think marginally. I don't think there's a huge amount in it so far, but Towners have looked the more likely, I would say. The positive is, from the Town point of view, I know a lot of Towner fans were concerned a few weeks ago that lots of good balls were coming in the box, particularly from Lennon Peake, and there was no one in there. More Towner players are gambling and getting into the box when the ball is out wide.
Some lovely footwork there from Coenda, which earned a good cheer from the Town fans. The ball's been fed out to Peake on the left. He's putting his foot on the ball, dipping into his box of tricks. Finally gives it backwards to Parcell. Back to Peake again. First time ball forward, and the flag goes up against Youngs. Offside given, and it'll be a free kick to Bath. Still 0-0 then, halfway through the first half. Town have hit the bar in bizarre circumstances. A charge down clearance from Parcell from 40-45 yards, looping up and onto the crossbar. Both sides have threatened from a set piece or two, but no huge alarms as yet, no real clear-cut chances as yet. The ball's been fed back to Wiles Richards in the Bath goal. He's lobbed it forward, and Hawkins has yet to fail to win a header for Town. Spot of head tennis in the centre. Youngs finally brings it down. Peake tries to bring it under control, and it's a Town throw on the left, just inside the Bath half. Peake will take. Everyone trots further north of him. Youngs is up the line in support. Parcell Enfield. Hutchinson comes close. The throw goes towards Youngs. It's headed back. Parcell then looks early towards Leonard out on the right. Was indeed a good idea. Freer, the left wing back, has done really well though, first to cut out the cross and then to bring it under control. And Bath tried to work a route forward through Tilson, but that's gone out of play, and it's a Town throw on the right, just inside their own half. What would you like to see more of from Town? They've started fairly confidently, but what would you like to see more of from them so far?
Well, I was going to say, what has been good is getting the ball out early to Leonard. It's worked a few times very well through Mickey Parcell, and Leonard's put some good crosses in. Maybe get Lennon Peake a bit more into the game, try and isolate him a bit more with his fullback by switching the play from the right, and get Lennon Peake to run at the Bath City right wing back, because a number of Towner goals and chances in the last couple of months have come via Lennon Peake, both from set pieces and in open play.
Yeah, good point. He was, as we know, voted Town's Player of the Month for December, which I don't think anyone would disagree with that. Bath have taken a throw. They've played it back to their goalkeeper. He's launched the ball long over beyond the centre circle. Thompson gets ahead on it. Brown is beaten to it, but Parcell lobs it forward. Tomlinson heads it back. Brown heads it sideways. Peake is tackled. Slightly scrappy minute of play. Ends with Hawkins lobbing the ball forward. Peake tries to keep the pressure on. Hutchinson, flag stay down. Condor was almost in there, but Bath have somehow smuggled it back to the goalkeeper. He can pick it up, and it remains 0-0 after 25 minutes. Town, who won their last home game here at the Dave Bryant Stadium 2 weeks ago in dramatic fashion with a 95th minute winner, and who beat Bath earlier this season in the reverse fixture. But Town lost last week on their travels to Maidstone, and they're going to have to defend a throw now. Bath have a throw 20 yards inside the Town half. Rains takes it backwards to Tomlinson. He goes backwards to Parcell, the Bath Parcell. He gives it to Greenslade, and the route across the entire back five is completed. But Town have now won it through the high press from Sam Youngs. Cohen has found Brown. Brown tries to ping it out to the right. His cross is blocked off, and Parcell can give it to Freer, but he's shrugged off it by Billy Leonard, belying the difference in physiques there. Cohen on the right, neat turn, trying to get past Greenslade. Surely he was pulled back there by Greenslade. Plays continued. Well, that was bizarre. Anyway, Town continued, tried to get a cross in, but that's blocked, and Greenslade, the earlier villain off the piece, has cleared up towards Wilson, and he's just aimlessly flacks the ball up towards Forster. Forster under pressure. Clears the ball up towards halfway. The flag's gone up belatedly against Brad Ash.
Got a score on top there. Got a score.
Earlier, a moment ago, Conda was on the attack on the right. He seemed to have got past his man and then be grabbed around the midriff by Greenslade. Play was waved on. What did you make of that incident, Paul?
Exactly what you've just described, Michael. Yes, he seemed to beat his man. Again, he used his strength to get past him, and it looked like the Bath City player held him back. I think it was just on the edge of the area. Referee waved play on. And a few minutes before that, it was the first combination of Hutchinson and Kawanda we saw, where the ball was played to Hutchinson, lovely layoff to Kawanda. I'd like to see a bit more of that, the two front men working together.
Yeah, that's a good point. As Forster lobs a free kick up, Youngs gets a nod onto it, the ball's into the area, Kunda gets a head on it from the edge of the area, got enormous power behind it, but it's flown over the bar for a goal kick. As you mentioned, two up front, and we've spoken about them very distinctly, I suppose, so far. They've not really... There's not been much interplay between the pair of them so far. Although we have seen a lot of players getting into the area and supporting the Town attack, we haven't necessarily seen those two combined. So something to keep an eye on so far, but still haven't really seen much of them. Maybe just the one combo, as you said. Anything more than that so far?
Yeah, that's right, Michael. Just the one combination, that's it. They're playing quite far apart from each other. At the moment, Hutchinson towards the Enfield left, Kawanda more to the right. Kawanda's been quite heavily involved. Hutchinson's been quite quiet so far. I'll just break off for Michael.
Bailey Brown is muscling his man out of the way. He's going to have a shot from range, and he's not connected with that properly. Spun off the outside of his right foot, went wide for a goal kick. Back to you, Paul.
Yeah, Kawanda's done well so far. A few minutes ago, I think it was a great cross by Lennon Peake, and Kawanda got to it. He didn't quite time his header right. He just kind of got underneath the ball, and the ball went over the bar, but encouraging signs for him. He looks like he likes a battle. I mean, he's not the biggest of fellas, but he seems to like a battle. He looks like he's got good body strength. On the other hand, Scott Wilson, who is Bath City's main striker, I think I've heard you mention his name once, I think, Michael, so he's struggling to get into the game.
And if you go on YouTube and look at the highlights of Bath City against Farnborough a couple of weeks ago, he scored, I'd say, possibly the best goal I've seen at this level, outside of the right foot. It was a peach of a goal from Scott Wilson. The week before that, he scored a cracker as well on an absolute quagmire of a pitch against Chippenham, where he did two drag-backs that left two Chippenham defenders on their rears, sliding, and then placed the ball into the bottom corner. A couple of beautiful goals in recent weeks from Scott Wilson. And as you say, I think he's only touched the ball once today. Town have a free kick on halfway, right in the centre spot. Thompson's lobbed it forward towards the right. Bath with Freer trying to clear, and has he kept it in play? No, it's gone out of play. It's a throw to Town halfway inside the Bath half on the right. Billy Leonard will take, and Kunda and Hutchinson are the two in the area. Hutchinson now making a run towards the thrower. Youngs is also around the area. So this new formation from Gavin, the Town manager Gavin McPherson, off 3-5-2, it has typically resulted in 3 in and around the penalty area for Town, the 2 forwards and Sam Youngs. Yet to make it pay so far, but probably having the upper hand of things. Forster's lobbed a long clearance up and well chested back there by Rains, back to his goalkeeper. And after half an hour, it's Town 0, Bath City 0. Half an hour. Thoughts so far, Paul, overall?
Yeah, Ken was just talking to me about that just now. Ken sitting next to me in the main stand, and yes, we agree. This has probably been one of the most positive starts for Towners. We're used to the opposition maybe having more of the ball. Hasn't been the case here. Enfield are on top, and a lot of it is probably due to that formation change. Possibly a bit of it to do with Bath City, but uncertain. Their away form hasn't been good, but good stuff so far. We just need that goal, don't we, Michael?
Yeah, it's the reason I hesitate in saying Town are on top. They've had probably a lion's share of possession, and if you looked at those fancy graphics you get in the Premier League of where the ball is in play, it's probably been more in the Bath half than the Town half. Bath on the attack now, but Benjamin's trying to keep the ball in, and a corner's been given to Bath, their first of the game. I hesitate to say Town are on top because although they've had more possession, they've had the ball in the Bath half more. They haven't really made the chances that the possession you'd think ought to turn into effect. Bath now have their first corner off the game. It's on their right. It's Freer, the left footer, who's taking it. They're crowding the 6-yard box. That's where it's going to go. Goes in towards the 6-yard box. It was Hutchinson who got a header at the near post. The ball will come back at Town now with Bath and Freer, the corner taker, whipping in another really good cross, and Forster does well to gather. He was whipped in towards the edge of the 6-yard box. Forster strode forward and grabbed it with 2 hands. Very confident goalkeeping. Bath have lobbed it back towards Henry Hawkins. He watches it bounce and then clears it up towards halfway. Youngs gets a shove in the back and wins a free kick. Good defending from the corner there from Town, and good decisive goalkeeping from Forster on the follow-up cross.
2 bits of good defending, yes. We talk about having a big man up front in Hutchinson. Well, the benefits are an attacking sense, but also it's another tall man in your own box when you can see set pieces, and he got a great header. Then the ball came back in, and really good decisive handling by Forster. It was a good cross, but he came out well and held it.
Oh, look at this again.
There's a lot of wrestling going on there between Tomlinson and Kaunda, as well as Richards comes a long way out of his goal and slices his clearance. It's a throw for Town. A long way inside the Bath half, halfway inside the Bath half on the left as Town attack. A spot of wrestling there, Kaunda and Tomlinson. Did you make anything of that, or was it just honest battling for the ball?
I think it was a bit of nothing, to be honest with you. Just a little bit of battling. I think the referee was absolutely right.
Paul Manell there of the no-nonsense school of defending as Peake takes the throw short to Hutchinson, tries to chip it past his man, back with Hutchinson, and the free kick's gone to Town for a handball. This referee's picking up on some things I find hard to spot and then letting slide some things that look quite obvious. It's one of those officials. However, it's a free kick in a useful spot, this, for Town. It's about 20 yards from the goal line and just a couple of yards in from the byline. Lennon Peake on his left foot. It will be an in-swinger. Peake takes one-man wall, Peake in towards the near post. It's good delivery, gets a flick from the Bath head, and it flies out for a corner for Town. It was a Bath head at the near post that flicked it beyond anybody else arriving behind him. But it's Town's second corner, and after 34 minutes, it remains Town 0, Bath City 0. But Town have their second corner, and Peake's trotted across to take this. It'll be another left-footed one. Town have made a little conga line starting at the penalty spot. They're all going to break from that in a moment. In comes the corner. and it's Tomlinson who gets a big firm head on that. Goes out to Parcell. He nudges it back out wide to Peake. Peake tries to turn his man. Now gets the cross in. It's not the best. Tomlinson can get another head on it. That flies out wide. Rains will try to keep it in, but it's gone out to play for a throw to Town. Halfway inside the Bath half. Everyone's leaving it for everyone else, and it looks like the 3-foot ball boy is going to take it, but he finally gives it to Mickey Parcell. Parcell does a bit of hand flapping, really. I'm not sure what he's gesticulating. Oh, he's asking Lennon Peake to come across, and poor Lennon Peake has to trot from side to side, taking corners and free kicks. Now has to come back to the left and take the throw in.
He's wearing the gloves, though.
He's wearing the gloves, yes. His prerogative. He takes the throw. Sam Youngs gets a foot on the ankle for his troubles, but Coenda, fleet of foot, is then shoved over. Play continues, and Russell clear directly. No one in particular awaiting it, though. It's easy enough for Benjamin to collect. Benjamin gives it to Forster. Forster first time shovels it over halfway. Tomlinson's good in here, isn't he? He nods it forward, but Hawkins has volleyed it back. Kunda's trying to make something off this, and Bath, under pressure, are able to clear over halfway. Hawkins inevitably wins the header. He's won everything in the air today. Parcell then helped out by Hawkins, who lobs the ball up the pitch. Hawkins has been very dominant at the back, and Coenda, as he said earlier, he's quite slight in appearance, but you wouldn't know it from the way he puts himself about. Both sides of the pitch there. Town have a bit of muscle, it seems.
That's right, yeah, looking strong at the back with the back three, and Coenda, as you say, has used his upper body strength very, very well. A few minutes ago, 2 great deliveries again from Lennon Peake, one from a free kick, one from a corner, but you have to say Bath City defended very well from both of them. They haven't offered a lot so far going forward, Bath City. Wilson has been very isolated, their top scorer, their main man up front, and has hardly had a touch. So far, Town has looked the more likely.
And they've collected well there from a throw that was taken by Bath, and then a challenge on Parcell as he was making a clearance. It was one of those where he makes the clearance and he gets studs in the top of his foot as he makes the clearance. It's a painful one. I'm not sure it deserves more sanction than just a free kick.
No, I think you're right, Michael. It's one of those where the defender, Mickey Parcell in this case, goes to clear the ball, and the attacker challenges him, puts his foot out, and there's contact between defender's foot and attacker's foot. I don't think there's anything malicious, as you say, a painful one, but no further punishment. Free kick, but no yellow card.
And so, with just over 7 minutes remaining on the first half, it remains Town 0, Bath 0. Forster takes the free kick from just inside his own half, launches it long towards the left. Hutchinson tries to bring it under control, but Rains is there for Bath. He clears it up towards halfway. It's gone out of play. It's a throw to Town. What would be Gavin's message as half-time approaches, or what would be his thinking at this point as half-time approaches, Paul?
A bit more of the same, I would say. I think he'll be pretty pleased. Maybe, as we've talked about before, a bit more combination play if we can between Hutchinson and Coenda. Maybe get them to play a little bit closer together, possibly, because they are playing quite far apart. So if the ball can be delivered into Hutchinson, he can lay it off. Coenda can be there to run at the Bath City defence. A situation that almost occurred about 10 minutes ago. That might be a way forward for Towners.
It might be. It's just that they're having a lot of possession, they're having a lot of pressure. They've got numbers in the final third, but it looks like they don't quite have the combinations as yet. They look a bit too much still like strangers in that final third, which is understandable. Kunda's only been at the club 5 minutes. Hutchinson's not so long in the club and been in and out of the starting lineup as well, but it's not really the combinations working in attack as yet. The ball's trickled out of play for a Town goal kick. 6 minutes remaining. It's still 0-0. The team news for today, if you're just joining, is that Town have opted for 2 in attack. It's a 3-5-2 from Enfield Town, with Coenda and Hutchinson in attack, supported by Young. So quite often there's 3 of them in and around the penalty area, and it's worked by and large in that Town have been on the front foot for most of this first half, but chances have been at something of a premium. A few set piece deliveries and 1 freak clearance from 40 yards that hit the bar, but that's about it. They're trying to find a way forward now on the right. Freer has conceded a throw under pressure from Billy Leonard, and Leonard will take the throw halfway inside the Bath half, throws it infield, kind of can't quite bring it under control. Nork and Youngs get there, and Benjamin gets ahead on it, on halfway. Now Wilson, nice switch of play there from Wilson into the path of his fullback. Rains is charging forward on the right, just outside the area. Rains, Hawkins sticks a foot, and a free kick is conceded on the edge of the D. That all stemmed from a really good switch of play from Wilson, the Bath forward. The right wing back Rains ran onto it in a fairly central position, cut in field, and Paul, you were saying don't dive into Hawkins. Hawkins did stick out an injudicious foot. Rains tumbled over it, and as a result, just to the left of the D, Bath have a free kick 20 yards from goal. Dangerous position.
Yes, that's only about the second time you mentioned Wilson's name, but he showed his quality. That was a lovely ball out wide, and as you say, the player came inside, and Hawkins dived into a challenge really, and the result is a very, very dangerous free kick just outside the D, quite central.
And it'll be Jordan Alves to take it. 5 goals to his name this season. 24-year-old summer signing from Westfield. He's left-footed. He's standing over it. There are 5 men in the town wall. There's some big men in there. Hawkins on one side of it. Brown on the other side of it. Up steps Alves now. Shoots low. And it's into the back of the net. And out of nowhere, Bath City have taken the lead. 41 minutes gone. Jordan Alves, direct free kick from the edge of the D. Curled it left-footed, low to the keeper's right. And it's Town 0, Bath City 1.
Yeah, you usually expect those free kicks to be aerial, don't you? But this was a low drive, and it seemed somehow to elude the wall. And I don't know how much Forster saw of it, but it went, it was a good hit, and it went very quickly to his right into the far corner. Well, Towners have had more of the play, have looked the more likely. Bath City get a free kick on the edge of the box, and it's 1-0.
Yeah, you'd have to say that's probably against the run of play. Certainly it's against the balance of play in this first half so far, but there you go. Football ultimately is about who puts the ball in the back of the net. Jordan Alves has done that. And Town have kicked off. Won a throw high up the pitch. Lennon Peake will take it on the left. 3 minutes till half time. Peake, Town, can they get parity back immediately and straight before half time? They've attempted to put it in a cross, but that's gone out to play for a goal kick to the chagrin of the Town fans behind the goal. So we'd sung the praises of Hawkins throughout the first half for everything he won in the air, but when it came to it on the floor, he dived in a bit there. Was that avoidable, that foul that caused the free kick?
I think it was. Yeah, the blood rushed to his head a little bit, and then he dived in. He saw the ball, thought, I can win this, but didn't get anywhere near it, brought the player down. It was rash, yeah, and it's disappointing because the back three for Enfield have looked so solid and worked so well as a unit, and they give that free kick away. As I say, rash play by Hawkins, and sadly, Towners were punished.
I'd mentioned earlier, it's 8 away games in which Bath had failed to score. It will not be 9 today. Nor will it be a fourth clean sheet for Rhys Forster. I'm sure there'll be frustration amongst the Town management as much as the players and fans at that goal, because to concede a goal just directly from a free kick is such a frustration. Having defended pretty well throughout, Bath haven't created much. They're trying to create something now because Wilson's lobbed it into the area. Player's gone down, flung himself to the ground. Corner's been given. The challenge was by Benjamin, and I'm not sure that even came off a Town player. So the ball was chipped forward by Wilson. Benjamin was there. A Bath player came flying in and then flew to ground, and I'm pretty sure there was no contact because he flew to ground so dramatically. Bath appealed for a penalty and were awarded a corner. It's their second corner of the game. It's on the right again. It'll be Freer again to take it. Final minute of the first half. Left-footed corner from Freer towards the back post. Forster does really well to get 2 fists on it and then wins the free kick as well. And that was good goalkeeping from Rhys Forster. But it looks like we're going to go into half-time at Town 0, Bath City 1. And how will that change Gavin McPherson's half-time team talk, do you think, Paul?
I don't think he'll change it a massive amount, to be honest with you, because I think he'll be fairly pleased with what's happened so far. It's just trying to get away of getting this elusive goal so far and trying to create a few more chances. As I said earlier, try and get, if we can, Lennon Peake one-on-one with their wing-back and get more of those dangerous crosses in. But I think he'll be relatively pleased, disappointed with the goal, disappointed with the way the free kick was given away. But overall, relatively happy, I would say. A few minutes ago, the ball was chipped into the Enfield Town box and the Bath City player ran onto it, and the referee must have seen that Benjamin got something on that because the ref gave a corner. So turns out it was a good interception by Benjamin. Bath City fans and players were yelling for a penalty but wasn't given.
Oh, I think as much as anything because of the histrionics of the Bath City player. He absolutely flung himself to the ground, didn't he? Plays continued. It's a Town throw inside, halfway inside their own half on the right. The operative word, I think, in what you just said there earlier, Paul, was chances. Town, for all their possession, for all their slight ascendancy, they haven't really created many chances yet, and they'll surely be looking to address that in the second half. Lots of options on the bench. Aji Hersey, Chukwu, and Whittaker, amongst others. Hawkins clears low, straight into the centre circle. Neat turn there by Russ. He shoves it forward to Wilson, who's dropped deep. He tries to thread the ball forward now for Freer on the left. Good interception by Benjamin. Leonard then pings it forward, but there's no one in support, and it's easy enough for Parcell for Bath to give it back to his goalkeeper, Wiles Richards. He hits it long. Thompson should have that. Lobs it up towards halfway. Youngs is beaten to it. Hawkins chips it forward. A little bit scrappy back and forth around the centre circle now. Thompson puts a foot on it, dribbles, gives it wide left to Hawkins. He looks for Peake on the touchline inside his own half. And Peake chips it forward towards Kunda. Poor touch there from Tomlinson. He's conceded a throw quite close down by the corner flag under no real pressure. And as we enter the final seconds of the 2 added minutes, Town have a chance to apply a bit of pressure here with a throw about 10-15 yards from the corner flag. Leonard Peake will take it. Lennon Peake. He's got Youngs and Hutchinson short for him. Still looking for options. He'll have to hurry up because we're over the 2 allotted minutes of added time now. Gives it to Youngs. Receives it back. Wriggles away from his man, delivers a low cross in, and it's sliding clearance there from Parcell for Bath, and Town have a corner. We're into a third added minute now, but the referee's allowing this corner to be taken at least, and Peake's corner delivery, set piece delivery, has been on point so far today. Can he deliver one more? As you say, Paul, it was a good cross just now to create the corner. There's an opportunity now for one final hurrah from Town just before half time. Peake to take the corner. Hutchinson's on the goalkeeper. 4 others on the penalty spot. In comes the left-footed corner now, right under the goalkeeper. It's loose and it's just wide. It's been gathered by the goalkeeper. The corner came in all the way to the back post. It was allowed to bounce. There was a bit of a melee in the area. It was allowed to reach the ground, and then it just trickled into the grateful hands of Harvey Wiles Richards. Harvey Wiles Richards. The half-time whistle has gone. The half-time score is Town 0, Bath City 1. A free kick against the run of play from Jordan Alves shortly before half-time. Paul, your thoughts on that first half?
Yes, well, that was another great set piece from Lennon Peake, and it went right across the corner, went right across the Bath City box. I think eventually it hit a Bath City player. Would have been an own goal, and the goalkeeper ran onto it. The lead up to that corner actually was, for the first time, Lennon Peake was one-on-one with their fullback, and he teased him, got the cross in, and it was deflected for a corner. So that was positive. Towners have been better, but chances have been at a premium. I think Gavin McPherson will want to find a way to get Hutchinson more into the game. He's been quite quiet so far. Try and get him into more central positions and get him more into the game. There are some positives. Disappointing with the goal we conceded, giving away a free kick on the edge of the box. So hopefully Gavin McPherson will sort things out at half time, and we can find a way of getting back into this game. But it is, as you say, Michael, 1-0 to Bath City at the interval.
1-0 indeed. So we'll remain on air, but we won't. We'll keep quiet for the next 12 or 13 minutes. Rejoin us for live coverage of the second half. The microphone will stay on, so you'll hear some background noise. But rejoin us just after 4 o'clock. We'll leave you with the half-time score of Enfield Town 0, Bath City 1.
Yeah, edged it, certainly. Yeah, straight to yeah.
Seems like Tottenham, doesn't it?
Seen this over and over this season. That's frustrating.
It is frustrating. Totally, yeah. It is.
You're right. Okay. You can see it.
I remember watching it on BP Sport thinking, how are we getting away with
It was.
It's very consistent with that. Frustrating.
And I think you played well.
Yeah, I think we went down.
Yes.
But we're not getting chances.
He's only had to make one save and never left.
Yeah, so.
Wait and see.
Yeah,
It's just
there's no combination. It's
just not.
It's not quite clear.
No, it hasn't. It hasn't been that
You're going away, though?
No.
Yeah, we are. We're seeing our Sunday.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Good stuff. Right, send them my regards, won't you? Send them my regards.
Yeah, I will do it. Yeah. They'll be listening today.
Yeah, of course.
I think this is a game that Town is really to win, you know.
Yeah, well, I think someone said 1.5 points per game, so basically a win every 2 games. Pretty much need We kind of need a win every 2 games, and this will be the win. This is the other game.
Yeah.
And it's just so annoying. Like if they were battering us, and then they get the goal, you think, okay, fair enough. I wouldn't say we've been battering them, but we've been on top. To go in a goal down, like we've been on top. It's just like watching Spurs. It's so annoying.
Hutchinson, that was on the floor.
Well, he doesn't. I don't know. He had a little burst of form, didn't he? A little burst of form where he had
scored
a couple of goals, and then we brought in Chuka and he was out to the scene again. And since then, he's just looked too quiet. It was Karen just put himself about. No complaints there.
I think I've got time to nip off the toilet.
Yeah, and a good 10 minutes. And worst case scenario, I can do the 30 minutes.
You know what really annoyed me, right? And it's not me, I don't know who else. I was travelling home in the FA Cup. They're walking over and scored the save the penalty and we're saving everything. It was still 0-0. It had like 5 reds. Like, how can you say they get it wrong with that one.
I think I get one off soon. So a lot of it is really good. He'll come up on here.
Yeah, I know. We're doing our job properly because you're going to score in the I don't know who it is. My should concede. That should be conceded because I put the wrong one. So everyone's doing it. I luckily have someone who most that Again, we'd like to thank John Scott, the matchball sponsor today, plus Gil Rice and Richard Nelson and Tony Anderson's Facebook page, and the man in the match sponsor today. Take a look in the programme today regarding the film The Spin, which is involved.
Oh yeah, that's great. Yeah. Nice one.
Sorry, the 26th of January, ladies playing Watford. On the 28th, we're at home to Enfield here. 1st of February, we're at home to Enfield. Saturday, we're on Weymouth, and they're also going to go to this game. So if you want to go, pop down to the bus just £65
She's such a nice lady. I said not when she's technically. Yeah, the friends are right. The young lads, they're really nice people. I have to get down on my knees in it. It's not common.
That's the thing, yeah, and it's the same with people behind when they're shouting. Yeah, exactly. Have a conversation's one thing.
It's to mates.
You really get to concentrate as well.
I'm going to like
I find it difficult in the second half here as well when the natural light goes. At the far end, the floodlights, I don't think they're really onto the edges of the pitch.
right.
It's quite difficult to stick out the far end.
At least the goals. I mean, I don't know why I played someone really swum in. I don't know bar players.
Yeah, I think so.
It'll happen in slow motion.
Yeah.
Everyone in front of you.
You couldn't really go further back from the line. The running track and doing like a sparring distance.
They're on such a phenomenal run. They're not out fast.
I finally get it now. It's a kid, so it's really confusing.
Oh yeah, it's all money. It's like I can't even lie. I just don't run the goals to make sure that the game starts. You don't kick towards the pitch, so the ball goes on the pitch. Besides when coming out, and I feel that if one of the
Discontent around you, they're not happy about losing this one.
I mean, granted, there's only one side's been in it, and they're one of the best. You can have all of it, but if you've got no skill.
Combination playing the new lad, the young one with the Edwards, he's just new.
Is that the number 11?
Yeah,
He looks tight.
it looks like they've only trained with each other twice or whatever. That's the case, they've trained together 3 times. It looks like they've done each other's games.
Sometimes it just feels like the ball out wide. And there's no one in there. It's like there's no point in getting the ball out wide if you've got... That's why at Daniel you've got to play you've got Reece, who scores bags and bags on the goal. What he's doing is just running in at the focus on hard.
That's kind of what we've done on things, is our top scorer is in the field, and he's that kind of later line into the area. But yeah, he's not quite doing enough to
Yeah, this one's just down there. I see Liverpool
I've given up on Spurs winning the league this season.
I don't give up hope.
You never know.
You might win the league next year. The Championship's a hard league, but you can win it.
Didn't like that. It's unlikely.
So what have you got to do for sure? You can come off a ricochet. I only feel cold when the game's on.
Are you only feeling it now? Yes, because you're so concentrated on attacking.
I've got to admit, that first love, you go pretty quick to it.
Professional what?
I feel like I pressed kicked off, and the next time I looked at the time, it was like 39 minutes. I was like, what?
Just good. The second half always gets really good.
Everyone slows down. Yeah. 3-1. 4-1.
Private got a hat trick, yeah.
Bournemouth have got a team this season, haven't they?
Yeah. He's didn't even have a shot till target. Yeah. I only know that because that was the bet 365 food, so I'm going to turn it down.
0-0. I'll tell you what, this is a must-win team.
I reckon that doesn't finish 1-0. Somewhere.
Introduce things to each other. Yeah,
How long will they leave it for?
well, that's another thing, finish up here.
There's got to be more physicality, Chuck. Yeah, I'm saying that
They've been coached up with them, they're telling me for 12 years forward, you get an understanding, then they won't use anyone else.
they win back. He's quick
Never mind.
and energetic as well.
Never mind.
Sorry, mate, I was going to say, you heard about real Bedford and Bedford Town? There's an amalgamation, isn't it? John Taylor, that's a very, very good friend of mine. He knows John Taylor well. He's the engineer with Bedford Town. I'm not going too bad. I think we had 4 players here. Lewis Caston to Welland Garden City. But real Bedford, you know the real Bedford. Two American guys put it over, multi-million. They've asked them to merge.
I've been fans of it.
I spoke to me mate this morning. I was only 18 coming down, and he turned around and he said, a lot of them are fearing the worst, but I was able to see. It might not be a merge, it might be a takeover.
Well, it would sound that way, wouldn't it? Yeah.
You've got to do diligence, you've got to, John Taylor won't let them know, but in the end, money in it. This guy's talking about, how absurd can you get? One of these Americans, Timothy Gregson, he's talking about, in 5 years we'll be in the country. Now, come on.
They're deluded, so.
No, listen, that's what he was saying. That's what he was saying.
Well, delusion, really.
She doesn't like it that
Good afternoon, welcome back to the Dave Bryant Stadium, where the half-time score here is Enfield Town 0, Bath City 1, with Jordan Alves scoring a direct free kick in the 42nd minute. The players are just returning to the pitch, no obvious signs of change, but I shall run through the two team sheets. We've just had it announced that the attendance today is 782. And the teams, Enfield Town have gone for 2 in attack, interestingly. So they've got Reece Forster in goal. At the back, it's Xavier Benjamin, Adam Thompson, Henry Hawkins. The wing backs are Billy Leonard and Lennon Peake. Mickey Parcell and Bailey Brown are sitting in front of the defence, and Sam Youngs is supporting Jake Hutchinson and Amaru Kaunda in attack. And for Bath City, they're also 3-5-2. They've got Harvey Wiles Richards in goal, Dan Greenslade, Kieran Parcell and Ollie Tomlinson at the back. Elliot Freer is their left wing back, Joe Rains their right wing back, Luke Russ, Jordan Tilson and Kieran Parcell in midfield. Luke Russ, just trying to work out a team.
Yeah, I think
Parcell's at the back. The Parcell's at the back. So it's Russ, Alves and Freer in midfield with Brad Ash, Jordan Alves and Scott Wilson in attack. Town are going to kick off the second half. It's absolutely freezing here. Sam Youngs has kicked us off. The ball's been switched wide to the left. Floodlights are on. Everyone's retaking their seats. That half-time interval gave us a chance, amongst other things, just to note quite how cold it is. But Town on the attack here. Hutchinson back to goal. Does well, feeds it out. Here's Sam Youngs. Feeds it out to the right. Benjamin's come forward, 40 yards from goal. Right flank is Billy Leonard. Leonard faced up by his man. Freer tries to get across and Freer charges it down. Town have a throw after 30 seconds. On the right, 10 yards from the corner flag, Billy Leonard's got the ball in his hands. Leonard takes the throw into the area. Coenda tries to bring it under control, does well under pressure from 2, lays it back looking for Benjamin, but it's cut out by Freer. Now it's played up the line by him. Thompson cuts it out. Parcell, neat turn inside the Bath half, now trying to feed the ball down the channel on the right. Greenside picks it up for Bath, right down by his own corner flag, does well to clear the ball up the line. It's out to play for a throw. Good start here from Town, on the front foot. They've got a throw halfway inside the Bath half. Billy Leonard will take it on the right. Brown comes short for him, but instead he goes up the line towards Youngs. Youngs gets the head and it goes back to Brown. Brown tries to stab it forward for Youngs, but it's cleared by Bath. Thompson sends it back with interest up towards Coenda on the edge of the area, and then a big clearance from Russ. And Hawkins picks it up on the centre circle, lobs it wide right to Billy Leonard. Leonard twisting and turning his man, forced to go backwards, gives it to Sam Youngs. Youngs back to goal, gives it wide right to Leonard again. Low cross into the area towards Coenda, comes out towards Youngs on the edge of the area. Youngs can't quite fashion room for a shot, and Bath can bring it clear. And then a good crunching tackle from Parcell, and then a later challenge from Parcell that goes unpunished. He was a bit lucky there, Parcell, with the second challenge that the Bath player hurdled over him, and Forster can pick it up at the back for Town. 2 minutes into the second half, still Town 0, Bath City 1. Long ball from Forster, and Billy Leonard's clear into the right hand corner of the area, low cross into the area, and it's cut out by the Bath defender Greenside. Billy Leonard got his cross in low, Greenside cleared, and it's a throw to Town. 5 or 10 yards from the corner flag on the right. I'll bring in Paul in a moment to comment on this fast start from Town to this second half, but Billy Leonard takes the throw into the area. Youngs tries to get a flick in, then stabs it forward with his foot, headed clear by the Bath Parcell. Brown picks it up for Town on the D. Coenda now, little step over it, then feeds it out right to Billy Leonard.
Come on,
Leonard,
boys.
another chance to get a crossing from the right. He does cross in from the right. It's over the goalkeeper, and it's just waved away, palmed away by the goalkeeper. Picked up on the far side now by Town. Peak on the left foot, crosses into the area, and it's half cleared by Bath. Comes out to Parcell, 30 yards out, tries to play it around the corner. Leonard trying to get onto the end of it, but it's gone out to play for a goal kick. Really good stuff from Town there, culminating in a cross-come shot from Billy Leonard that almost caught out the goalkeeper.
Yes, a really fast start from Towners, and Billy Leonard in the thick of it. They managed to get the ball out quickly to Leonard, and 3 times he's been isolated against the Bath City wing-back, and he's played 3 delicious balls into the box, a couple of them just about cleared by Bath City. The third one, sort of dipping cross-stroke shot that just grazed the bar, but Billy Leonard is giving the Bath City wing-back a torrid time at the start of this second half. Really positive stuff. Hutchinson's been in the game as well. We were bemoaning the fact in the first half he was quite quiet. Well, he's been straight into the game as well. Great stuff from Towners.
Elliot Freer is the left wing back, who's going to need a long old sit down when he gets home tonight after the runaround he's been given there at the start of the second half by Billy Leonard. He's 34, Freer, and he won the Scottish second tier championship with Motherwell a couple of seasons back. Played for England C as well, Freer, but he's up against it with Billy Leonard today. There's a bit of back and forth around in the middle third of the pitch, and Hawkins eventually puts his foot through it, clears it up the right, headed back by Tomlinson. Now Russ tries to knock it forward. Hawkins gets another head in it. Hawkins just certainly hasn't put a headed moment wrong all game, but he made that one mistake and it led to the free kick from which Bath scored in the second half, and that's been the difference between the two teams. Jordan Alves free kick on 41 minutes. Bath take a throw midway inside the Town half on the left. Brad Ash gives it to Tilson, he chips it forward. Russ now tries to get into the area. Benjamin comes across, shoves down his man, referee waves it away. Danger not over, and ball's gone out of play, and a goal kick is given to Town. Benjamin it was who came together, I guess you'd euphemistically say, with the Bath forward. It didn't look like a foul. Paul, what did you make of it? It was pretty much approaching the 6-yard box.
I think the ref got that absolutely right, to be honest with you, Michael. Yeah, it was a Bath City player running onto a chip ball into the box. Benjamin was the wrong side of him, but as you say, it didn't look like there was any contact really. Bath City player went to the ground very easily. I think that correct decision.
There's a good header there from Sam Youngs from the goal kick to flick it on, and Town are on the attack again. Hutchinson's just trying to get onto a loose clearance, but Bath eventually just slam it up the pitch. And Thompson a little unlucky there that the ball came off his chest and out of play for a throw to Bath on halfway. It was Jordan Alves who went down in the area there, the goal scorer. But no real complaints, I don't think, from the Bath fans that no penalty was given. Bath are taking a throw backwards. They're leading 1-0. Greenslade knocks the ball forward towards Tilson on halfway. He turns and tries to chip it forward, but not for the first time. Bath have played the ball forward, and it's been pretty aimless and easy enough for Town to sweep up. And as Paul says, there's another one. Thompson gets there before Brad Ash, and it's into the hands of Reece Forster. And it's been the pattern of play so far in this game. When Bath have attacked, they've not really had anything up front. It's been an aimless ball that Town have dealt with pretty comfortably, which makes it all the more galling that they've scored from a free kick. Russ in possession for Bath, deep inside his own territory. A rushed clearance up the line there by Joe Rains, who's on a yellow card. Only player booked so far. And that's gone out to play for a throw to Town. And so we're 7 minutes into the second half. And it's Town 0, Bath City 1, and a throw to Town inside their own half on the left as they attack. It's taken up the line by Hawkins. Youngs is in there challenging for it. It's going to fall for Hutchinson. He tries to stab it to anyone. Youngs gets a foot in, but Bath will come away with it and play it long up the right flank. Something for Ash to chase. Thompson's gone across to cover him. He's actually got the cross in, Ash, but it's not the best, and Hawkins is able to cut it out comfortably enough. Clears up to halfway. It comes back at him. Town fans now making some noise as Bath come on the attack again. Here's a low shot, comes in easy enough for Forster to get down to, but he's had to shovel it out for a corner. It was a low shot from what ought to have been crossing position, really. It was wide on the right, and the cross-come shot was fizzed in low. Forster did well in the end to get down and push that around the post for a corner.
Yes, he did. Yeah, everyone, I think, certainly up here, assumed he was going to cross it, and he put a shot into the near post. And yes, Forster did well to get down to it and put it out for a corner kick to Bath City.
It's a corner that Freer will take. He of the dizzied blood from the Billy Leonard twists and turns earlier in the half. Elliot Freer stands over it. Bath loading the 6-yard box and penalty spot. Players, I can see a little mass of a gaggle of 4 of them by the penalty spot, 2 more in the 6-yard box, and Town players marking suitably closely. In comes the corner towards the near post. It's easy enough for Hutchinson to head clear at the near post, and the Bath player has missed his kick in an attempt to hook it back over his head towards the Town goal. Bath are forced to go all the way back to their goalkeeper, Harvey Wiles-Richards, in line to keep his 11th clean sheet of the season. He's played actually a pretty good ball out to the left towards Brad Ash, but Benjamin's come across, won the ball, and it's going to claim a goal kick and has won that as well. Brad Ash pounds the turf in frustration, and everybody else gets on with the game. Good defending from Xavier Benjamin.
Very good defending, yeah. I think he, in the end, played the ball against the Bath City player and it went out for a goal kick. Bath City were complaining there was contact and a free kick, but the referee was having none of it. Just thinking about those Leonard crosses, such a pity no one could get on the end of them. What a start to the second half that would have been. We've bemoaned maybe the fact that Hutchinson hasn't been as involved going forward, but twice now he's won really good headers from Bath City set pieces, corners, so he's done a good defensive job. I'll just break off
because Benjamin's on the attack. He's tackled from behind. He's won the throw halfway inside the Bath half. Do you want to continue your train of thought there, Paul?
Yeah, I was just thinking about Hutchinson, how long Gavin might leave it until he maybe does a swap for Chukwu, who's got more of a physical presence than Hutchinson perhaps up front. I can't see anything soonish, but maybe about 10 minutes. If we don't get this equaliser, Gavin might think of a change.
Hutchinson has got 4 goals so far this season from his 16 appearances. Chuku, no goals yet in 6 appearances, 3 of which have been from the bench. He haven't missed any action because the referee was having a word with Benjamin and a Bath player. Billy Leonard's now just thrown the ball up the right touchline. Youngs goes in for a challenge, another challenge, shouts for handball, play goes on. Brown lobs it into the air, it's headed clear by Tomlinson. Come back with Parcell, neat turn, chips it out to the right, really good play there from Parcell. Leonard's kept it in down by the corner flag on the right, crosses in towards the area, it's picked up by Kundi, he's forced to go outside of the area, goes back out to Parcell, and another intelligent ball, but it's cut out this time by Tomlinson. The clearance however goes straight to Hawkins and he boots the ball high into the air. Leonard can chase that, he's stayed onside, and Freer is forced to head backwards towards his own byline, and Town have done really well to win the corner there.
Come on, boys.
Town's first corner of the second half, the third of the game. It was Xavier Benjamin who got all the way up into attack to help protect the ball and ensure it went out of play for a corner. After Hawkins' hopeful high ball back into the Town half was chased by Billy Leonard, running comfortably from an onside position and putting Bath under pressure. Peake, whose delivery has been very good so far in this game, he will take the corner now from the Town right, under the goalkeeper's head, and it's loose in the air, it's a real scramble, the ball is now finally cleared out of the area. Goalkeeper came towards the back post, couldn't get a hand on it, it dropped to the ground, it was loose in the area, a whole jungle of legs converged, and eventually Bath scrambled it clear. They do not look particularly confident defending corners and set pieces in general. Town on the attack again, but a free kick's been given against Peake. A Bath player is down, making the most of the opportunity. A real scramble there from that Lennon Peake corner though, Paul.
Yes, there was. Yeah, another great delivery by Lennon Peake. And for the second time in this match, the goalkeeper flapped at it, got nowhere near it, and there was an almighty scramble in the middle of that 6-yard box. Somehow Bath City got it away, but they are hanging on a little bit here. Again, a few minutes before that, Leonard was isolated with their wing-back, and every time you fancy Billy Leonard to do something and get a cross in, on this occasion the cross wasn't great. But Towners having a better of this, which we just need the ball in the back of the net, don't we? We need this equaliser.
Yeah, the best of the chances are still coming from set-piece deliveries rather than necessarily from slick moves. But Bath have a lot of players back defensively. Whenever Town do attack, it's quite difficult to cut through them. Bath themselves are on the attack now on the right, charging forward into the area. Good sliding tackle there from Hawkins. And then Brown is bludgeoning his way to try to get the ball clear. Town eventually clear it up the right flank, but it's going to come back at them. Bath are in possession inside the Town half, just north of the centre circle. Greenslade chips the forward into the area. Town players get in the way of each other. Wilson onto his right foot, shoots, and just wide.
I thought that was in.
I think half the stadium thought that was in. Scott Wilson cut onto his right foot, unleashed a fierce shot that just went wide of the post. It hit the advertising hoardings and then bounced into the netting, which cost just about the entirety of the Town contingent one heartbeat, as they all thought it was 2-0. It wasn't, it went wide. So for all Town's possession and ascendancy, Bath still look dangerous when they have their little moments on the counter. Forster's lobbed the ball up over halfway, Youngs nudges it on, and Hutchinson steers it towards Leonard, who gets a low cross, and a bit of miscommunication there between goalkeeper and defender. Bath struggling to get it clear. Thompson won the rebound. It's out to Billy Leonard on the right. Leonard up against Freer yet again. Leonard looking to go down the line towards the corner flag, tries to get across, and that comes off Freer, and it's a throw to Town. Because it's some good build-up play there from Town, and Billy Leonard takes the throw quickly in towards Youngs in the area, can't bring it under control. Bath hook it clear. Thompson watches it bounce and then gives it back comfortably enough to Reece Forster. Forster has to scamper to get it, but he's under no pressure. He gives it short to Hawkins. Town will build from the back. Hawkins then plays it long up towards the left flank and beyond Len Peake, and that's out for a throw to Bath. And the pattern of play seems to be Town pressure, a Town cross, and then something out of nothing from Bath that just keeps everyone on their toes.
Yes, I think we'll be surprised at the moment if it remains 1-0 because there are chances at both ends. Leonard is causing havoc every time the ball comes to him wide. His crosses are causing all sorts of pandemonium in the Bath City defence. But a few minutes before that, one of the few mistakes Enfield have made at the back. 2 players went for the same ball. We all had a collective sigh of breath here in the commentary box because it fell to the danger man, Wilson, who quickly switched his right foot, put a great shot in, and it just went past the post into the side netting.
Bath lobbed across into the Town area. Benjamin gets a head on it, and Brown attempts to complete the clearance. He just about does so now. As far as a Bath player out on the far side, the right. Bath building again, encouraged by that previous attack, but the cross is being cut out, and huge clearance from Billy Leonard up towards halfway. Hutchinson jumps for it, is beaten in the air by the Bath Parcell. Brown lobs it forward, something for Kunda to chase. Tomlinson keeps his eye on it, clears it up towards halfway. Now it's with Wilson. He's given it away, however. Bailey Brown wide to Peake, back to Brown, back to goal. Neat turn on the centre circle. He's being tugged back, but he's still going. He's done really well. Still Brown in possession. Now Peake again. Now he switches it wider right, and Parcell comes to the right flank, and Billy Leonard, chance to take on his man, puts in an early cross. This one goes straight to the goalkeeper, who pats it down and then collapses onto it. And he does not look the most confident goalkeeper at the moment, Harvey Wiles Richards. He's flapped at a few set pieces, didn't take that cross too cleanly. Is there a weakness that Town could perhaps exploit with these crosses and the goalkeeper?
Certainly for the set pieces. There's 2 corners now. He's come flying out, got nowhere near it. I'll give him the benefit for that one. That cross from Leonard took a little deflection from the wing back, so it wasn't an easy one for him. But again, Leonard is causing problems every time he isolates the wing back.
Bath on the attack with Freer down the left near the corner flag. He's giving it back. Here's Tilson on his right foot, crosses into the area, and it's a good header, clear from Peake, who got all the way back, did really well there. It's going to come back at Town though. It's Russ, and he's dispossessed, and Youngs can bring it clear. It's Parcell brought it clear. Youngs now feeds Hutchinson on the right, inside right position, edging towards the area, onto his right foot, onto his left foot. Here's a chance for a shot. Just tries to stab a ball forward, shouts for a penalty as the defender went to ground. Hutchinson went down as well, but no real appeals from the player himself. Play continues. Town on the attack. Peake on the left flank puts a high cross into the area. Keeper thinks about it. Youngs gets up. It's gone beyond the post and out of play, and it will be a goal kick. Well, Hutchinson did well there, cut onto his right foot, and as he went to pull the trigger, the challenge came in. Both players went to ground. Did you think it was a penalty, Paul?
Well, Hutchinson did really well there, didn't he? He ran at the Bath City defenders, cut inside on his left foot. The Bath City player dived in. I think he got the ball. I think he got something on it. So I personally think the referee got that right. I think we saw one earlier in open play, not in the penalty box. A similar thing with Mickey Parcell, dived in, won the ball. I think it'd have been a very harsh penalty, to be honest, Michael.
And I think what was telling was the players' reactions. Hutchinson himself he just carried on playing. He was on the floor and tried to continue winning the ball, then bounced up and didn't try to appeal for anything. Bath are on the attack now, on their right, down by the corner flag. Thompson's gone across to deal with it. Wilson's trying to bring it under control, and Parcell, who's had a really good game, by the way, Parcell, both his distribution of the ball and doing what he just did, helping out his teammates. And now Peake is on the attack on the left, puts in a low cross towards the area. Poor clearance. It's got to come from Kunda. Here's a chance for a shot. Kunda gets under it and it goes over the bar. Difficult one that for Kunda. Didn't really have time. The ball wouldn't come down for him. He had to snatch at the shot and he lofted it over the Hertfordshire Zoo stand. So it remains Town 0, Bath City 1, but a good attack there from back to front from Town.
Yeah, he wasn't really set there, Kawunda, was it? He tried to get it under control, but he was off balance. Always looked like he was going to lift that one over the bar. But earlier on, again, Kawunda, really good build-up play, good body strength, took the ball under his control, laid it out wide. I think he's had a very, very good first half. There looks like there's a bit of action on the bench for Enfield. Someone looks like they might be getting ready to come on. I'm not sure who it is.
Your eyesight's better than mine there, Paul. They're all just sitting there as far as I can see. Bath have won a fairly cheap free kick. The Bath player's gone down like he's been shot, which is his prerogative. Town aren't very happy about it, but there's a little...
Took their hat off, actually.
So, yeah, the movement we spotted on the Town bench was one of the staff removing a bobble hat. There are options, though. We're 20 minutes into the second half, and Town have Payne, Smith, Truku, Adjuhursi and Whittaker on the bench. So certainly a lot of attacking options, but
100%.
Gavin would probably be fairly pleased with what he's seen going forward, at least, from Town in this second half so far.
Without a doubt, yeah, caused a lot of problems, yeah. 3 or 4 Leonard crosses have caused all sorts of problems in the Bath City penalty area. I think he will. Yeah, we just need that finishing touch, don't we? That good bit of composure in front of goal.
Bath have a throw. They've got a noisy contingent of fans towards whom they're attacking. Greenslade takes the throw on the left towards Wilson, back to Greenslade on the left still. Knocks the ball infield, gets it back again, tries to chip it forward to Freer. Not a very good cross, and the ball is easily gathered by Reece Forster, and Town can attack again. And in fact, a goal kick's been given.
No, away on Saturday.
So Reece Forster will take the throw. We're just approaching the halfway stage of the second half. It's Town 0, Bath City 1.
I'll be here for that.
The reverse of the fixture earlier this season when Town beat Bath. Kunda's done well, and Hutchinson has found Leonard on the right outside the area. Leonard's little check back, tries to cross with his left foot, catches Greenslade in a really delicate position. Greenslade's now gone to ground. The ball's knocked out of play by the Bath player. There's shouts of get up from the crowd at poor old Greenslade. I've got to say I sympathise with Greenslade. If you've ever played football on a day as cold as this and received a blow in a position as delicate as that, it's understandable that you're going to go down and need a moment to compose yourself. So Greenslade's just taking a moment, and meanwhile Town are readying substitutes. The cavalry is coming. Gavin McPherson, I think, has seen enough, and it's going to be a substitution. Meantime, Town are going to take a throw. Billy Leonard takes it up the line, looking for Youngs. It's cleared eventually by Bath, out whence it came, and it will be another throw in an identical position, which Leonard will take again. Exactly halfway through the second half now. Town 0, Bath City 1. Town on the attack. Leonard takes a throw on the right. Youngs tries to head it forward. Hutchinson jumps as well, but Alves, the goal scorer, is able to bring it in his chest, but he's dispossessed by Benjamin. Then Peak, and then swept forward by Parcell, and Freer is forced to concede a corner in order to stem the attack of Billy Leonard. It's Town's 4th of the game, their 2nd of the first half. Paul, quite rightly, is shining the spotlight on Harvey Royals Richards in the Bath goal. He's not looked too confident dealing with these Lennon Peak corners. In it comes from Peak towards the near post. It doesn't really test the goalkeeper. It's headed clear by the Bath Parcell at the near post, and it's not gone out of play. It's rescued by Benjamin, given back to Forster, who's miles outside his area. He lobs it forward a long way. It's something for the players to chase, and Wiles Richards just about gets there and smothers the ball. It is indeed Terrell Whittaker who's being readied. Interesting change. We'll see whether this brings a change in formation or whether it's still going to be the 3-4-1-2 for Town. Wiles Richards has bowled the ball out to Greenslade, but he's given it straight to Billy Leonard on the attack for Town. He tries to play the ball forward for Kunda, but that's easy enough for Parcell to get to first. He gives it back to his goalkeeper. He gives it back to Kieran Parcell, and he's charged down well by Kunda for Town. Absolutely not wanting in energy or spirit, is he, Kunda? He's worked really hard, been really effective. It'll be a throw to Bath.
Attitude, strong though. We're up against Bailey.
Greenslade will take the throw for Bath, just outside his own penalty area on the left. Whittaker, yeah, he is removing his jumper. I thought he was putting a jumper back on there, but he's readying himself to come on. The throw's taken on the left for Bath, played forward by Tilson, looking for Ash. Forster thinks about coming, and then Town win a free kick anyway for the foul on Thompson. There's a little bit of indecision there between Thompson and Forster, but it was to no harm accrued ultimately. It's cleared up towards halfway, headed back by Tilson, brought under control by Thompson. Thompson dribbles forward into the centre circle, gives it to Hawkins. Hawkins on his left foot, looks long diagonally for Billy Leonard. It's a really good pass, well taken by Leonard. Gently volleys it forward for Sam Youngs, turns his man, turns again, gives it back to Leonard. Still in the crossing position. Leonard goes infield to Parcell, left footed, tries to spray cross, but it's cleared by Bath up towards halfway.
Yes.
Bath in possession, but
Well done, well played.
it's Thompson who's come across to the right there to
Who's coming on for Tom?
pick it up, and Town player goes down, and it's a free kick to Enfield just inside the halfway line. Town making a substitution, and it's Terrell Whittaker wearing 18. He's coming on for Jake Hutchinson. Whittaker, the 23-year-old former Tottenham Hotspur youth player, arrived from Hemel Hempstead earlier this season. So, 70-minute mark, Gavin rolls the dice. What have you made of Hutchinson's performance today as Town prepare to take this free kick?
I think he's struggled to get into the game at times. Done a great job defensively. There's 2 occasions where he's won great headers.
Cut off because the free kick's just coming in, but it's headed clear by Wilson initially. Secondary header, Parcell will lob it back in towards the Bath area. Leonard rises for it, everyone appeals for a throw. The throw goes Town's way. Whittaker looks to take it quickly, but then leaves it to Leonard. I'll bring you back in a moment, Paul, to finish your thoughts there on Hutchinson. But his replacement, Whittaker, is now availing himself of this throw. Instead, it's given short to Thompson, and Leonard's a little lucky there to win a throw again. Leonard gets the throw.
Yeah, but he waited until the ref told him which way to do it.
Looks for support, goes up the line towards Youngs. Youngs beats his man in the air. Greenslade lobs the ball high into the atmosphere, and it's out for another throw for Town. So yes, your thoughts on Hutchinson's performance in this first half, Paul?
Struggled to get into the game at times up front. Didn't quite see much combination play with Kawunda, but as I say, he did some valuable defensive work. Had a bit more of the ball in this half, so he was more in the game before he went off. I'll just break off.
Yeah, a little interplay there from Whittaker and Leonard from the throne, but it's gone back towards Thompson, who tries to chip the ball forward into the path of Leonard, and Freer had to be on his mettle there to clear. Back to you, Paul.
It's going to be interesting to see where Whittaker plays. At the moment, it looks like he is playing in a sort of forward midfield role, with Sammy Youngs pushed up a bit, maybe.
Billy Leonard tries a diagonal. It's going to come for Whittaker, whose shot is charged down. It goes out to Parcell, 30 yards out, lobs the ball back into the area. Leonard runs onto it from the deep. Greenslade comes across, miscontrols. It's another corner. Town's 5th of the game. Knocking on the door indeed. Poor Leonard Peake, yet again having to run from side to side, from wing to wing. But it's a good opportunity this for Town. They've caused a lot of problems from the set pieces. Peake's delivery has been generally very good.
Town better than Tottenham.
Peake will take the corner from the right in towards the 6-yard box. Town heads go up, but it flicks all the way through and out towards the left-hand side. Picked up by Brown. Brown hovers over the ball, shimmies, looks for space, does really well, actually finds himself a yard of space, crosses low into the area, flicked header from Youngs over the bar. Really good play there from Brown on the far side. He had no support, didn't seem to have any options, was stood up by 2 defenders and just shimmied his way into space, whipped in across. Youngs at the near post, flicked it, and it went over the bar. Good spell of pressure though from Town the last 5 or 10 minutes.
Yes, and Bailey Brown, as you say, Michael, did really well there. He took on the defender, could put a great cross in. Sammy Youngs, little flicked header, couldn't get any power on it. It looks to me like Sammy Youngs is playing in a more forward position alongside Kawunda, with with Whittaker rather, in an attacking midfield role.
Yeah, slightly similar to last week against Maidstone, where Sam Youngs was further forward with Kawunda. Whittaker jumping there in the centre circle. It's loose for Brown. He can't quite get to it though. Bath hook it forward. Benjamin takes no chances. Parcell continues the clearance. Bath head it back. Parcell heads forward. Brown stretches his 6'4" frame. Nice touch from Kunda. Tries to link up with Whittaker. Bath scramble it clear. 15 minutes remaining. It's still Town 0, Bath Centre Town knocking at the door and not really having too much joy just yet. Bath are going to make their first substitution. Ewan Clark is coming on. 22-year-old attacker who joined in January last year from Bristol City. And he's come on for Elliot Freer, I think.
Elliot Freer's gone off, yeah, I think.
So that will be interesting to see who goes where in that case. But it's Clark on. Freer has been playing left wing back, and Clark does seem to be furthest out to the left as play restarts. Possession and wide on the right. Scramble for possession. Bath eventually smuggle the ball forward, but Thompson gets ahead on it, and then Parcell lobs the ball forward for Leonard. That combination's worked a few times today. Leonard, right corner of the area, low cross into the area. There's a chance, and it's in! Enfield can score at the back post. Sam Young's arrived after 31 minutes of the second half. It was a great sweep off the ball from Parcell out wide right to Billy Leonard. Leonard crossed low from the right into the area, and at the back post Sam Young's arrived.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thumped it low into the air, into the net. And with 14 minutes remaining, it's Enfield Town 1, Bath City 1.
I'll tell you what, Michael, that's been the go-to ball for Enfield this half. Get the ball out to Leonard as quickly as you can. That's what Mickey Parcell did. Leonard, and again, got another delicious cross in. It looked like it was going to elude everybody, and there was Sammy Youngs playing that more forward position, coming in at the back post to put it home. Time for a winner, Michael.
Indeed, 13 minutes remaining. Definitely time for a winner, but from whom? Parcell, who started that move. Really good sweep of his out to Billy Leonard, and Leonard's in possession again after good work from Youngs. Leonard charging down the right for Town, looking to take on his man. He's overrun it slightly, however. Parcell for Bath is able to give it to Clark. Ewan Clark, who had a Babson fight. Great tackle though from Sam Youngs, winning the ball off Clark, giving it to Leonard down the right. Leonard's being shoved inside by Greenslade. Leonard's cross this time met by Parcell, and the ball's gone out to play for a throw anyway to Bath. It was a baptism of fire for Ewan Clark, the number 10 for Bath, who came on in that left wing back position. First thing he had to do was face Billy Leonard. Leonard had the beating of him, crossed towards the back post. Sam Youngs, as he does so often, arrived at the back post to slam it in.
What's that?
And it's going to be another throw in to Bath.
Who's losing?
At the back post.
Welling are losing. Weymouth are losing.
Sorry, lots of shouting around me about all the scores around. But here at the Dave Bryant Stadium, the only score we're concerned with is Enfield Town 1, Bath City 1. 12 minutes remaining. Town, their fans are in good voice now after that equaliser. Hawkins wrestles with Ash, gets the better of him, but Forster's clearance goes all the way to Wiles Richards. It's the Town fans in good voice now. Credit to Gavin McPherson for making that substitution as well, putting Whittaker in midfield, pushing Youngs up front. Youngs was the one who arrived with the goal. Regular and reliable goal scorer.
Well done.
Sam Youngs, and a good challenge on the far side from Parcell it was, and now it's taken up by Brown. Short ball infield, neat play from Youngs. Whittaker gives it to Brown. Brown looks to thread it forward. That was a bit too cute though, and Clark is able to give it back to his goalkeeper, and the Bath goalkeeper Wiles Richards clears up the right, but it's going to come straight back at Bath. Then a high ball played forward by Bath towards Ash. Thompson's beaten in the air, and Benjamin Hawkins gets the better of his Bath man. Now Whittaker plays it wide right, looking for Leonard, but went just behind him. Clark was able to steal in. Clark on halfway on the left for Bath, chips it, stuns it forward for Ash. He's
Giving it, Dave.
lost possession, and Town win the throw. And there's going to be another substitution for Bath. They're taking off Scott Wilson and bringing on Alex Fisher, the veteran attacker, 34, signed from Yeovil. Won the National League South with Yeovil last season. Alex Fisher So the leading goal scorer for Bath is off, although you did note earlier, Paul, that he rarely completes 90 minutes. Town on the attack, however. There's almost an opportunity for Kunda to chase the loose ball there, but it's gone back to Wiles Richards. 10 minutes remaining. Town 1, Bath City 1. We're all set for a grandstand finish here at the Dave Bryant Stadium under the floodlights. But it's Bath on the attack with Greenslade inside Town territory. Goes to Clark on the left. He cuts Enfield onto his right foot, tries a diagonal little reverse ball, goes back out to Greenslade on the left. He tries to cross into the area, deflects off Leonard, and it's behind for a Bath corner. Their fourth of the game. It's going to be Ewan Clark to take it, the substitute. Bath keeping 2 men back. 1 man on the D, but everybody else is inside the area. Their fans, both sets of fans now making a racket. Clark prepares to take the corner right-footed towards the near post. Easy for Forster to claim. Does well there. He's such a reliable presence at the back between the sticks for Town. Forster now bowls the ball out to the right and Peake in his gloves. Peake looks the ball, plays the ball down the line to Kunda on the left. Kunda tries to step inside his man, but it's good defending there from Rains. And the throw goes Town's way. Looks like another substitution's being ready. This time, both sides making substitution, I think. Bath are bringing on Martin Horsell. And taking off Ash. Horsell for Ash for Bath. And I can see Anointed Chuku is readying himself for the last 8.5 minutes for Town. Giant of a man, Chuku. Absolutely dwarfing the fourth official there.
Substitute for Town, Anointed Chuku coming on for Amaru Kanda.
It's a misleading couple of numbers being held up there by the fourth official.
Number 10, Hutchinson's already off.
Yeah, but I think it's Chuku on for Kanda.
Yes.
So, Chuku on the pitch. I'll ask Paul your thoughts on Konda's performance today, but Town are on the attack with a throw just 10 yards from the corner flag on the left.
Oh, right, okay.
And Town trying to force the ball forward, but Bath are cleared up to halfway. It'll be a throw to Town. Bit of confusion up here in the commentary box because the fourth official, don't want to ask how many jobs the fourth official's got, but they held up the wrong number, and Mitchell Beardmore has come on, not Martin Horsell. So Beardmore was on for Ash for Bath, and meanwhile Chuku's come on for Konda for Town. Town trying to get back onto the front foot again. Parcell pick it up inside the Bath half. Clark cuts it out, but Whittaker does well to win it back now. Parcell looks for Leonard again, but Greenside this time intercepts, feeds it down the left, but Thompson was able to get there comfortably enough. Gave it away actually. Thompson was fortuitous to receive it back again, but makes no mistake this time, gives it to Forster. Forster clears it up towards halfway. Chuku immediately puts himself about, but Bath will collect. However, Peake gets back well and Brown mops up. Bailey Brown can bring it forward now for Town, just inside his own half on the left. Brown over halfway, good strength to hold off his man, and then feeds Whittaker. Whittaker just north of the centre circle, edging towards the right flank. Gives it to Billy Leonard, wide right. Leonard, slightly heavy touch, moving in field now. Billy Leonard under pressure from Tilson's, forced backwards, and Hawkins chips it forward. Youngs, the flag goes up against him. Youngs isn't happy about that, but it's a free kick for offside against Sam Youngs. Paul, what have you made of Kunda's performance today?
Very good. Yeah, I think he's had a really good game. He's been really lively. He hasn't stopped hounding the Bath City defence, shown great strength, held the ball up well, done really, really well. Yeah, I think for a young lad, very, very, very good performance. Chuku gives Enfield a bit more physical presence up there. I can see why he's come on. Just a word about Bath City. I think they've got a little bit wise to that early ball out to Leonard. They're starting to anticipate it a bit more and cut it off a little bit more. Maybe time to get Lennon Peake more into the game on the other wing, I would suggest.
Yeah, good Good observation that, Paul. Meantime, Bath are on the attack in a dangerous position. They've been awarded a very innocuous free kick. It's about 7 or 8 yards outside the area, slightly to the left. Clark's standing over it. They've amassed their ranks just on the edge of the area. Clark's standing over it. There's only 5 minutes to go. They've sent forward about 6 or 7 players here, Bath. It's an absolute mass of players congregated on the far side, the right of the area's Bath attack. Clark, low delivery into the area. Town get ahead on it, and then the second clearance is made by Leonard. Clark will switch the ball back in towards the Town area, however. It's Ross, high cross, and Forster does really well to gather. Forster will now kick from his hands high towards Youngs. Oh, it's just too high for Youngs. Fell over, lost his balance as he tried to leap for that. And the ball's bounced out of play, and it will be a throw to Bath in their left back position, which Clark will take. 4 minutes to go. Town 1, Bath 1. Bath, no particular hurry to take this throw, which suggests that they'll be very happy with a point at the Dave Bryant. Greenside will take it. Jogs up the line now, throws towards the halfway line. Thompson lobs it back whence it came, up towards Chukwu. Parcell for Bath gets ahead on it. Rains lobs the ball long. Hawkins will chase, but Forster will come out of his area. Beats his man, Forster, and from almost the centre circle, lobs the ball forward up the left. And a free kick is given against Chukwu, which from this distance, and admittedly I'm 60, 70 yards away, it seemed a little harsh, but innocuous. But it's a free kick to Bath, halfway inside their own half, on the right, and there's 3 minutes to go. It's bare for the taking, this game, but it remains Town 1, Bath City 1. Free kick to Bath. Wiles Richards taking an age over it. The Bath goalkeeper, right-footed, he now drills it low, not particularly well. Parcell collects it. Billy Leonard will dribble with it now over the right, over halfway. Chipped it in field, but it's cut out by Bath. Greenside makes an agricultural clearance up beyond halfway. Thompson does well, just about gets a foot in it ahead of Fisher, and it's allowed to go back to Forster. Enfield in a hurry here, showing urgency. Forster kicks long, Chukwu rises, but Bath gets clear it. And Paul, who's been your standout player of the match for Town, would you say?
I think mainly on his second half performance, Billy Leonard has to be. Every time he's got that ball, and every time he's managed to isolate the Bath City wing back, he's got some delicious crosses in, culminating in that cross for Sammy Young's equaliser. But the tension's building, isn't it, Michael? Couple of minutes to go. It's a bit misty here at the Dave Bryant. This game is for the taking.
2 minutes to go, as Paul says. Benjamin's clearance is charged down, and he's not done. Oh, he's just about got away with that. Parcell, I'd say, would be a contender for man of the match. Did well to win the ball and then spread it out wide left. It's Peake looking to take on his man. Tries to get the cross, and it's cleared. It's blocked first time, second time gets the cross, and Chukwu can't bring it under control. Bath clear. It's cleared up towards, still well inside their own half. Appeals for a free kick, and Town have won a free kick. Cue ironic cheers from Town, who've been appealing for a few. We've had a few given against them, a few soft ones given against them. Just a moment ago, Peake at the second attempt got a cross in. It fell to Chukwu, just couldn't quite sort his feet out, and it fell beyond him and was cleared. I'll bring you in a moment, Paul, but Town are readying themselves for a free kick. Memories of 2 weeks ago when Peake delivered a free kick from this sort of range, but from the opposite side. It's Peake on the left this time, about 40, 45 yards from goal. Peake on his left foot to deliver the free kick. Town amass men in the area. 2 weeks ago, at this sort of time, from this sort of range, Sam Young's arrived at the back post. What happens this time? In comes the free kick from Peake. Out goes Thompson, up goes Chukwu, but it's loose towards the edge of the area. Picked up by Hawkins on the right. An unusual position for him. Parcell goes in, he's challenged, fair challenge, and it's the throw. Nice to see a slap of hands there between Clark and Parcell. Throw to Town. I've been very impressed by that young ball boy down there in the yellow bib. He's been so enthusiastic throughout the whole game. And the throw will be taken long by Parcell. Parcell into the area. Town have won a corner. Come on! Town's sixth corner of the game. We're looking at 5 added minutes.
5 added minutes.
And for the first of those, Lennon Peak will swing in a corner for Enfield Town. And Town are all over the goalkeeper. Every Town player who's forward is in the 6-yard box. You can barely see the goalkeeper in his yellow shirt. The ref is wading in there to have a word. Harvey Wiles Richards has half of Enfield mobbing him at the moment. Lennon Peak will take the corner. Town, bodies all over the place in the 6-yard box. Everyone jostling for position. What will this delivery be like? Peak delivers, it's good delivery and runs over the bar. Oh, it's really good delivery in towards the near post. Sam Youngs, I think it was, arrived at the near post, got a clean header in, but couldn't get on top of it, headed it over the bar.
How many times we said, Michael, this afternoon, great delivery by Lennon Peak, another delicious corner, and again the goalkeeper far for convincing. Just hearing man of the match.
Facebook page for Enfield. Man of the match, number 11, Amaru Kanda.
Oh, there you go. Kawanda is man of the match. But another delicious corner in. Goalkeeper flapped again, and Young's got to it, but he couldn't control the header. He just headed it over the bar.
Goal kick's finally taken by Wiles Richards. It's ping-balling around in the middle third. Town can't quite get hold of possession. Brown finally trying to get hold of it, but Bath are on the attack on the right. However, they've overcooked that. It's going to go out of play for a goal kick, and we've had a minute and a half of the allocated 5. Still Town 1, Bath City 1. Will there be one final chance? We've had one added time chance for Town so far, which from the corner Young's headed over. Will they be able to fashion another? 2 weeks ago they got a 95th minute winner to make it 2-1. However, Forster's goal kick is a poor one. It's gone out of play directly just over halfway, and it's a throw to Bath on the right for them. Seconds tick by. Town have made 2 substitutions. Chuku and Whittaker on. Kunda and Hutchinson have gone off. Bath trying to build down the right. This will suit them. They've won another throw down by the corner flag this time. I get the impression Bath would, obviously they're going to try to get a goal, but they'd be quite happy with a draw here, whereas Town really piling forward looking for that winning goal.
They're not hurrying up with his throw.
No, they're not at all. They're taking their own sweet time to retrieve the ball. They have put a lot of men forward though for this throw. They might as well do, if they've got a long throw specialist. 3 minutes of added time played, 2 remaining. In comes the long throw into the area. It's Town heading it initially. Bath tried to recycle it. Long shot comes in. It's wayward, it's wild, and it's going to be a goal kick to Town. 100 seconds remaining.
Come on.
Enfield Town 1, Bath City 1. Forster's not really looking too much of a rush.
I would like to see. Come on.
Yeah, he's taking an age over the goal kick, frankly, Reece Forster. This game's still up for the winning. 90 seconds remaining. Forster now finally takes the goal kick. Up over halfway. Chuku dropped deep to get a head on it. Bath have collected the scraps though. Russ hooks the ball forward to the right. Jordan Alves, the goal scorer for Bath, will collect on the right. Bath tries to beat his man on the right. He's down by the corner flag now. Eventually chips the ball into the area, but Brown did well to scoop that clear. Bath back in possession, however. Low ball crossed back infield. Beardmore goes down, and Town have conceded a free kick. It's a dangerous position in the final added minute. It's on the right. It's about 25-30 yards from goal. This is dangerous now for Bath.
It is, yeah. It was one of those unnecessary challenges, really, wasn't it? The Bath player was running away from the Enfield area, and I think it was Brown dived in and just caught him. And so Bath City have this free kick to the right of the Enfield penalty area, about halfway inside the Enfield half. So danger here, Michael.
That challenge was reminiscent of the one that led to the first Bath goal, actually. The challenge by Henry Hawkins, just stretching for something that he wasn't really going to get to. Slightly unnecessary, slightly tired challenge. And now Bath, in the final 10 seconds of added time, have a set piece on their right. In it comes, and the header is out, cleared. Couldn't quite see from there, and actually the player's gone down with a head injury. So, yeah, clash of heads. The referee stopped the play. And it's going to be just a little stoppage to check on the welfare of the player. Bath player who went down, well defended in the end by Town, although on first sight it was one of those misleading balls that looked like it was heading towards goal from this angle. Turned out it was heading away and out of the area. So I think a couple of hearts and mouths in the media box, but it will be an uncontested drop ball to restart the game. Uncontested drop ball to Town. We're beyond the allocated 5 minutes now. Drop ball will go for Parcell to give back to Forster. He's got himself into a little pickle there. He's trying to twist and turn against his attacker here, and he's in the end forced to put the ball out of play. A couple of Cruyff turns there from Reece Forster, and then the final whistle goes. What a really dramatic and bizarre end to the game, with Forster receiving a back pass. Instead of clearing it, executing 3 Cruyff turns. Under pressure from the Bath player, forced to clear the ball. However, the end of it all, the final whistle went, and having taken the lead in the 41st minute through Jordan Alves, Bath City were pegged back late on in the game when Sam Youngs arrived to convert a Billy Leonard cross, making the final score of Enfield Town 1, Bath City 1. Your final thoughts on that, Paul?
I think all overall play, Towns will be a bit disappointed they didn't come out with the 3 points, particularly some of those great crosses that Billy Leonard put in the second half. However, having been one down for so much of the game, will we take a point? Of course we'll take a point, and I think we'll need to follow it up, hopefully, with a win at Weymouth next week. It seems like teams in and around Towners have lost, so if we can follow this up with a win next week, that you say 4 points from 2 games would be good. I thought second half we played really well, and as I've said many times, we got the ball out early to Leonard, who put some delicious cross in. I can see why man of the match, official man of the match. I can see why it was given to Kawanda, because he had a very good game, held the ball up well. I think the official sponsors today are the unofficial